Marian University Sabres going to the NCAA Tournament. Delvin Barnstable, just what are you feeling right now?
Hey, it's really exciting. I mean, this program has been, down in the last couple of years, and for us to come here and do what people thought we couldn't, beat our first and second seed, it's really amazing.
Dylan, just talk about down the stretch, man. They made a lot of runs at you guys, and it seemed like the Sabres had the answer every time.
Yeah, I never had a doubt. At halftime, getting in the game, Coach Diener was talking about, if you have a doubt, get it out of your head. If you have a doubt, get it out of your head. I never had a doubt from the start that we were going to come in and win this game.
What does it say about this team, though, that nobody had doubts and you just had onions and onions and ice in your veins?
Yeah, I'd say it's a lot of onions and ice.
Hey, what does it say like going to the NCAA tournament? I mean, when you started roll the balls out in the fall, that was on your mind? But do you think you'd be sitting here right now?
Of course, yeah. We got confidence since the kickoff. Our coach had us ready. We were talking about it since day one of practice. So yeah.
Gentlemen, congratulations.
Thank you.
Marian University going to the NCAA tournament, going on the road, winning at CUW 77-71. Ty Gowan, just talk about the effort tonight.
It took every one of our players, to be honest with you. We had foul trouble. Blake Ewer stepped up as a freshman. He hadn't played in a couple of games, and to step up in this atmosphere, it shows a lot about his character. So I think everyone stepped up. Everyone had a moment in the game where they helped us win.
Dave, what does it say about this program that from, you guys get a lot of the headlines, but it seemed like everybody played a role. You mentioned Blake. Dylan hit a big three in one spot, and you had other guys, make plays all over the place today.
Yeah, it's not just us two. It's the whole team effort. Starting from last year when we had this interview, we all bought into the system and we got it done.
What does it say about this squad, too, that CUW made a huge run at you multiple times? Every time it got to a one-possession game, somebody had the answer.
Yeah, we're a tough team and resilient, and we're not going to stay poised in these situations. We went on the road 3 games in a row and won, so it shows a lot about, I think, our team's character.
Has it sunk in yet, Dave, that you're going to the NCAA tournament?
No, it doesn't feel real. I said the last game we won. It doesn't even feel real yet, but yeah, we'll get there.
Well, congratulations, winning 3 straight on the road after having to get a big one at home at the buzzer. Just congratulations, gentlemen. Marian's going to the NCAA tournament.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Marian University 77-71 goes on the road and wins the NACC Tournament Championship and is heading to the NCAA Tournament. Head coach Drake Diener, I know it's been a few minutes now. Just thoughts on the victory?
Sank in completely yet, honestly. It's been a extremely long season, and it's been, even dating back the last couple of years, we've struggled a bit. And I don't know, just the resilience of our guys. I think right now I'm thinking about the fact that we had the opportunity to secure the conference championship in the last week of the season, the regular season championship, and we lost that game at home against Rockford right down the end. And we knew right away that would probably help us in the tournament, just having lost that game and being a little more battle tested. But at the same time, I knew in the back of my mind that the only way that wasn't going to sting basically forever was if we did this. And so for us to stick together and kind of have that resiliency is amazing. I mean, that day after that Rockford game was a tough day for us. As coaches, we were just basically, we got to get these guys prepared because we had two days to prepare for a Lakeland game, and it was basically like these guys are probably incredibly deflated, having just lost essentially the regular season title, and we just had to keep them moving. And then we won at Lakeland, and things started going downhill, obviously, or in a good way. Obviously, we won that game at home against Aurora with Delvin hitting that big 3, and that gave us some confidence again, another battle-tested win. I mean, we just got a tough group, high character people. That's really what I take away from this. What I'm proud about as a coach is not necessarily anything we do on the floor, X and O's wise, but the commitment we made to being about the right things all the time, and that's what works out for us.
Coach, what does it say about this squad, though? That they made a lot of big runs at you, and you never gave up the lead. You always had an answer.
Yeah, no, that's something we talked about before the game. They're a team they're very, very talented and capable of big runs both ways. Yesterday or 2 days ago, their semifinal game with the Norberts, they were up 20-2, and then they were losing at halftime. So it's a game of runs, especially in a game like this. And we talked a lot about just staying together. There's going to be runs. I know that's all coach speak, but that's extremely important for us to recognize how we've gotten here. You know, it's been a team thing. It's been a team thing. We've had guys chip in here and there all over the place. You know, tonight it was Blake Ewer out of nowhere in the last, 8 minutes in the game, and he came in after not playing for basically, I don't know, it feels like 2 months, and grabbed a rebound, scored, made a free throw late. I mean, huge stuff, but he's just an example of what we've had going all year.
Again, all the way from the first few guys, you know, Dave and Ty, to the back end of the bench contributor. But talk about Ty and Dave, man. Those guys, you know, made huge plays down the stretch.
Yeah, you know, it makes everybody, you know, when you look like a pretty good coach when you got guys like that, right? I mean, not a lot of creativity sometimes there. It's just, hey, Ty, why don't you get a bucket? And he did it. And Dave, same thing. I mean, those guys are, I'm incredibly lucky to have those guys because of how high character they are, how unselfish they are, and how great a player. It's an unbelievably great package to have. And they're two guys, them and Deli, Barnstable, who, after we lost that Rockford game, the next day, we didn't have to ask them. They reached out to us to come in and watch the last 2 minutes of that game. That tells me a lot about their character and what they stand for, and they earned this. They earned this more than anybody.
When do you think it's going to sink in? You're going to the NCAA tournament.
Man, I don't know. Maybe when we're playing, when I started coaching here, I imagined trying to accomplish this goal, and I knew that it would be really, really difficult. You know, obviously, I don't have a lot of good words right now, but I'm incredibly lucky and blessed that we've assembled this group of kids together. They bought into what we're trying to do, and yeah, it hasn't sunk in yet, Wade.
Coach Drake Diener, congratulations, 77-71. Marian is the NACC Tournament champ.